everyone. So we've got Michael here today, the vegan activist.
The vegan activist.
Who better to discuss the topic of should activists be wealthy? And obviously we've got Hem Turbal here as well.
Hello. You may have recognised my big muscles.
So recently somebody criticised us for selling t-shirts. So that got me sort of wondering about this idea of like, should activists be wealthy? What do you guys think of when you think of an activist? Like, how do you perceive them?
Well, like the romantic portrayal you see is like a homeless, broke person, a little bit like Vegan Revolution, just kind of wandering around, kind of living that kind of life of just like on and off. Like, one minute you're on the streets, the next minute you're like outside a protest lab, and like you've got like long hair and you've got like dishevelled clothes and
You're so poor you can only afford to eat beans on toast with cucumber.
Don't career them.
Sorry.
So I'm not saying that I'm not here to say anything is the right answer. I'm not here to say activists should be wealthy or shouldn't. I think it's just like a topic to open up. I think it's interesting to me. I can't find any videos about it. I watched this video about spirituality and money. Do they go hand in hand? And should you charge for your spiritual practice? And it got me thinking, well, that applies to vegan activists. I could easily apply it to that.
Yeah.
So I thought we could talk about it because it's really interesting to me.
Yeah, the two, spirituality and veganism, it's all about paying it forward, being kind to others. So yeah, it's interwoven, isn't it?
the way I see it with my activism, I feel like it's a selfless thing. It's not something for myself, it's something I'm doing for others. I'm not doing it to get any kind of reward, whether that's like emotionally or financially. And I think there does come a guilt and a sort of sense of you don't feel like you should be able to take money and take anything yourself from doing the right thing. You feel like you should just be able to just do that and leave it there. But at the same time, in a realistic sense, you're putting a lot of time and effort and energy into something. You need to eat. And
My idea is, if you've got to work a job that you hate just to make some money to live, and then you do your activism on the side when you get time, well, you can't put half the time into your activism.
Would you expect a surgeon to work for free, and would you expect them to then work another job to support them, but then do that on the side?
Yeah, I think it's quite ridiculous. That's my... I mean, I've not really looked into it any further than my own feelings, but...
So, like, is making activism a business okay? And if it is okay, how much is it okay for activists to earn before it gets to the point where people say, oh, you're making it all about money, or you're earning too much? What is that point at which it's not okay? Or
I just think, I mean, me personally, I mean, maybe I just don't know that much about money and I haven't really grown up enough to understand it. But the way I see it, as long as I've got enough food to feed me, and so that I have like a computer to edit videos and do the things I need to do activism, I don't need anything beyond that. And if I had more than that, I would feel like I should give something back to maybe activists that don't have enough money and stuff like that. And I just don't really... I think some, especially like YouTubers and things, they turn it into so much of a business that the message gets taken away, and it's not so much about, promoting the truth and justice. It's about just making sure you can sell your ebook or things like that.
Very true. Yeah, you certainly do see some people where you can feel like it's more of a business to them. Yeah, I do get that. Yeah. So here's the thing, so activists, they put their heart and their time and their money and their everything into like what they do. They pour themselves into it. That becomes like their trade. So in a way, is it about having, what is the phrase? Like valuing what you have to give, like what you have to offer.
I think, Michael,
worth on it,
Michael, you're very guilty of not appreciating how much of a important figure you are, and what you bring to the movement, and helping to change lives. So
is some of it about worth and about putting value on yourself and your gifts and your ability?
Yeah, I do feel a lot because I mean, I talk to people one-to-one for free and everything. And I would never charge someone to do that, because I think, the truth shouldn't be sold. It should just be something that I do to help people. But I mean, anyone in their right mind doing the sort of things that I do and helping to the level that I go to, if someone's like, I have this problem, I will spend hours and hours talking to someone. Most people will be like, oh, my fee is £200 an hour or something like that, to talk to you over Skype and Skype coaching and all this. And like, maybe I should do that, but part of me just feels like it would take away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what ways do you think it is or isn't okay for activists to make money? That's an interesting one.
I think if you're providing something that people need, but they don't need it so essentially that, you know, they won't be able to find the truth from it. I think you should give out free information and support and advice and encouragement. But if they want to learn more, like in a more organised way, and they want something that's a bit more comprehensive,
like if you do an ebook,
like an ebook, or maybe even something like a T-shirt or like stickers and things like that. Just little extra things that like you don't need, but it'll just benefit you.
Yeah.
Something like that is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose for me, like, I give out free information all the time. Like you, I'll help people one-to-one and whatever. And I even try and snare people in by offering a free PT session if people go vegan for a couple of weeks. But if people say to me, they're a bit lazy, so I've made all these videos about how to eat for sports performance. Michael's got loads of excellent resources about how to go vegan. But if someone says to me, I need to know exactly what to eat, like meal plans, then I will charge a premium for that, because it just takes me so long, and I just think, well, if you're going to be that lazy...
You're then helping one person instead of trying to help lots of people, so
my view is, my favourite activism is to do the YouTube, because I'm reaching, like, you know, so many more people. You're one-on-one, like you say, it uses so much time, so yeah, like, I don't feel bad about that, you know, and like you said, we have to live, you know, we have to pay our mortgage and get food and... Yeah,
of course.
You know?
And yeah, the more time you'd have to put into... So you do have a PT business, which you do love, otherwise I'm sure you wouldn't still be doing it. So you put some time into that, but then you need some time to do, you know, activism. I guess that's good. It's good that like YouTube pays, you know, for like ads on your videos and stuff like that. Some people may even criticise people for doing that though, I feel like.
They do like to put meat adverts on our bloody videos, don't they?
So is that, you know,
the way I see it actually, and I remember thinking this when I first started it, because I watched some of my videos without like ad block or anything like that and logged out, and I realised that technically I'm getting paid by the meat dairy industry to bash the meat dairy industry.
It's quite funny if you look at it.
It's amazing. And to be honest though, if it's like, buy new Arby's brown sugar bacon, and then it's like, why bacon's bad for you. That's really undermining the whole advert.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the idea that, like, if you offer something for free, people will think that it hasn't got value? That's the thing, isn't it?
That is a thing.
Definitely a thing.
Yeah. I think you've been guilty of really undercharging for your food. That you make.
And you said that to me, that people won't think it's got value if you don't charge enough for it. So again, we all... Comes back to worth.
We can all undervalue ourselves.
Like, it might sound kind of selfish and bitter, but I've had that point where a lot of people take me for granted. And I kind of feel not bad, I feel a sense of resentment when someone's like, oh, you know, why haven't you uploaded another video, or why haven't you done this quick enough, and like, oh, I emailed you and you didn't get back quick enough, and people are like, they feel like I owe them something, and I'm doing this for free, I'm doing it out of my own time.
Exactly.
You know, I've given up my whole life to help people.
You're not getting paid from YouTube.
I'm not getting paid, they're not paying me, and they expect me to just be able to just do everything for them.
From a spiritual aspect, we manifest our own reality by how we feel about ourselves inside and our thoughts. So perhaps you're doing that, like I say, by not realising how great you are, you know, and how important you are and beneficial. So, just because we're on Gemma's channel, I'm just being in a little bit of a spiritual... I'm not saying it's right or wrong, just an aspect
so I have like a kind of spiritual take on money, so I thought I would like read this out. This is from that video that I mentioned at the start. I'll link that in the description. Okay, so this particular lady says, falling in love with money is not the same thing as greed. Greed is a byproduct of the incessant focus on the lack of money. Greed and need are synonymous. We should treat money like we treat air. Very few people doubt that air will run out. We can take it in as easily as we can take it out. Money is a flowing commodity. It comes and it goes. It comes as quickly as it goes and goes as quickly as it comes. It's not meant to be a stagnant asset. I thought that was very interesting. So we all have this different view on money, don't we? So like some people will, this is another thing I was going to read, so some people feel powerless towards money and they feel like it's your responsibility to make them like happy. so they feel like their happiness is dependent upon you making them happy. Some people sort of have this like powerless feeling.
Yeah.
And they have money wrapped up with corruption and greed, and the lack of money wrapped up with righteousness and virtue.
Mm.
So that's something that some people think, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
definitely. I've seen that in a lot of activists.
So, yeah, in the sense of, is it okay to ask for others who have, enough money to spare for donations to support your activism, like Gary Rofsky, people like Emily from Bite Size Vegan, whose whole, you could say, career business platform has come from just the kindness of people on platforms like Patreon, and Gary Rofsky's, all of his speeches were funded by him just asking people, like wealthy, kind of rich vegans and speakers, can you spare a bit of money so I can travel to this country and do talks in these schools? And he relied completely off that, and obviously he got by. People realised that what he was doing was important, and it's worked. Like 17 years going on.
Yeah.
And he's sold no DVDs. He's he's kept his integrity. He's not like got a big ebook. Like he said, his website, he could turn that into an ebook and make loads of money, but he wants it to be free. He said, adapt.org, go on there. That is my ebook. Just use it all. Yeah. I've got nothing to sell you. And to be honest, it's quite stupid because he probably should have found a way of like making it more sustainable.
Does it make his message more like authentic,
virtuous, and
not tainted by like the trying to make money and trying to sell you something at the same time? Because I know like Durian Rider's always said that. He would always say, I'm not trying to sell you anything.
Yeah.
So does that have something to do with it? Like,
people like to hear that, I think. If you say to someone like, I'm not here to sell you anything, I've got nothing to make myself, I'm just trying to give you a message to help you do the right thing, it makes it more about them than you. Because as soon as it's like, I really want to help you, maybe you should buy my ebook and I can help you, they're like, wait a minute, they're just trying to make money out of me.
But then you do still need to make money, so it's like a balancing thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like, okay, so here's a question: how much money is it okay to like want or need? So say for example, like as an activist, maybe you can get by with paying your rent and buying some food. Yeah. But is it okay to then want to be able to afford to buy organic food, to be able to buy organic, nice skin products, so your skin's nice, for example, if you're a girl, to get a nice haircut, to have more expensive cleaning products for your home that aren't filled with chemicals? Is it okay to want to go on holiday once a year? Is it okay to want money for all of these things so you have a nice life?
I see activists that really break down from all the footage and burn out, and maybe if they have a holiday or two a year, maybe that will really help them to keep going.
If you focus on one aspect of your life incessantly, it's to the detriment of the other aspects of your life. So you have to have a balancing act to some degree. But there's this feel of urgency that we need to make a difference now because animals are suffering every second of every day.
Yeah.
So it's like a fine line, isn't it? You want to put your all into what you're doing.
If you're not kind to yourself, like you won't have so much to give. So
you have to put yourself first.
You have to put yourself first.
Yeah. But nobody wants to sort of feel like they're being selfish and like.
Yeah. I feel like, because for me the last kind of sort of 5 months, because my YouTube wouldn't let me monetize videos, I basically relied off Patreon donations just to eat enough food. But I kind of feel like me doing more adventurous fun stuff is selfish, but I shouldn't feel like that. I kind of feel like if I'm eating like restaurant food, I should be eating rice and beans because that's cheap and it's like it's not my money to spend on like luxury stuff.
Yeah.
So there is that sort of.
But do you think those people want to give you that money so you can be the happiest you can be and do the job the best that you can?
That's
in a way. Maybe those people don't think, I just want you to live on rice and beans. Maybe they think, I appreciate what Michael's doing. I want him to have this money to make him happy. It's like a gift.
Yeah.
They don't put like a what would be the phrase? They don't give it to you, but with like a proviso. Oh, you must just use that for rice and beans, or I don't know. Well, I think people should comment on this video, especially if you're kind of the people who might have donated to somebody like Michael. How do you feel about this thing? Sorry, what?
I was going to say, I remember Vegan Revolution. There was a thing where he went to Thailand.
Right.
And someone, I'm not going to name any names or anything. I think I know who it was, but someone said that. You shouldn't donate to Vegan Revolution on Patreon or PayPal because all he's going to do is use the money to fly over to Thailand and do that sort of stuff and like have holidays. And
Yeah.
Vegan Revolution, because I know what his thing was. He had a big long job for ages. He saved up loads of money,
Yeah.
and the money he used to go to Thailand was from savings from before.
Yeah.
And people are just like, they're so...
Yeah. So that comes back to, again, like, what ways is okay to get money then? If you want to have a good life as an activist, what ways, you know, is... So if people give you the money, is it okay to use that for, like...
Travelling.
Yeah, or more luxurious, like, things or life?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like I have any right or wrong answers here. I feel like this is just like a...
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have their own perspective on it.
It's
know?
that word, perspectives again.
Yeah, we all have different perspectives, so I've never seen anyone talk about this. I think it's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
So you guys should comment.
Yeah, let's open up a
I'd
dialogue.
like to see anyone else if they've got some ideas, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to learn from this, you know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Have we discussed everything we wanted to
Yeah,
say
I
on
think
this?
so.
Yeah, I've said everything
Okay.
I wanted to say.
Cool. Thank you guys for being in my video today.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Please comment, like and subscribe. Go vegan for victory.
3 scissors. Ha, rock, I win.
That needs to be a thing now. I'm going to do that with you.